G'day guys, how are you going? That was a terrible, terrible intro, but I don't care. Today we are on steps. I don't even know the maps in this game, guys. I'm genuinely awful at this game, and it gives me no reason to be happy. Anyway, we are on steps. I'm trying to complete light tank mission number 15 to get that T55A. It's my last mission, and I can't do it. I know I should be using a tier 10, and I am using a tier 10. I just got the WZ132-1, the tier 10 Chinese light tank, and I still cannot get even close to doing it. I think I'm going to have to start using cheats and hacks, guys. It's just going to have to happen. I'm going to have to start using aimbots and hacks. It's just what's going to have to happen. But anyway, you can see I'm camping bush. I'm waiting to kill. I'm waiting to destroy people on the enemy team. And you can see I'm being very aggressive. And the reason I'm being very aggressive is because I'm in potentially the worst tier 8 tank in the game. I actually kind of like it, and some people are going to like it out there, but it's got horrific damage per minute of like 1300 or something even more crazy, but it's got amazing camouflage and it's really hard to hit. Now look at this Moistion here. I'm gonna have a very big encounter with this Moistion at the very end of the game, but spoiler, I'm not gonna give you a spoiler actually. It's gonna be pretty damn epic, so stay and watch till that. But you can see I'm starting to move back a bit because I'm worried I have been spotted, and it kind of looks like I have been spotted. There's like a 50-meter viewing rate, 50-meter within range or whatever, spotting range. If you get within 50 meters, your tank will be automatically spotted. So I think that's what happened there. So I'm just going to play incredibly aggressive with this incredible gun, guys. 175 millimeters of penetration. Woo! It took me 3 shots just to even track the Moistion, but that's alright. So far, I've actually done barely anything, and that's kind of the thing of this whole game at the beginning. I barely do shit all. Now, what am I doing now? I'm cowering. I'm cowering because it's going to take like 30 seconds for this thing to reload 600 damage points worth of shots, which is terrible. A load of crap. I'm in a really bad position right now. I should not be this far up, but again, I'm bad at this game, so what can I say? I get hit by WZ111. Of course, it takes out my ammo rack or damages it, and then my gun gets damaged as well. So everything's going really well. The 2 things that make this tank so bad have just gotten even worse. I fixed my ammo rack because I don't want a 60-second reload on this tank, because that's what's going to happen. 60-second reload. Isn't that ridiculous for 600 hit points? But whatever. Whatever, it halves your DPM, and DPM's already shit. So I'm like, you know what, it's time to go back to camping bush. They don't know I'm here because, again, it does have amazing camo, and combined with a camo net as well as binoculars, I'm able to spot like the entire map. Not really, but you get my point. I'm really tempted to take a shot, but you know what, there really isn't much of a point with 175 millimeters of penetration, as well as probably the worst accuracy in the world. I'm not going to get anything, so what's the point? There is no point. It's just, this tank is really good for one thing and one thing only, and that is spotting enemy tanks with the right equipment loadout. If this thing doesn't have these binocs and camo net, then honestly it's quite useless. If you put vents, you can take down the or ventilated vents, whatever whatever they're called. You can get down like 3 seconds of reload time, maybe slightly better accuracy, but the accuracy is still horrific in this tank, so what's the point? Anyway, looking at the team right now, our Object 432 over on this side of the map is doing, well, he's done pretty well so far, but he's about to get riggedy wrecked because he's getting surrounded by a whole bunch of tanks. He's got 4 kills. I've done nothing. I've done 390 hit points of damage. It's like an I6. Oh, and all of a sudden a Yak Panther decides he wants to challenge this thick boy. So guess what? I'm going to wreck him. I'm going to get 3 shots into him and run away because I'm so scared. Here's the good thing about this tank though. It's so tiny that it's like impossible to hit. It's like impossible to hit from any distance, and you'll see that later on in the game as well. And do stay to the end of the game, guys. It's actually really good. And that's coming from me, so you know it's going to be really good. Anyway, our good tank, the Object 432, whatever it's called, that's that did get destroyed. But let's not lose hope here. You know, I can still do a bit more damage and whatever, and hopefully I can get some, you know, mean destruction points. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. So we've lost our never eat. We've lost our east flank. It's completely gone. So I'm going to spot a bit of the enemy coming from that side. Looks like we're about to lose our west flank as well. This flank down this side here, because they've got a Moisian, incredibly overpowered. We've got a T10 and whatnot. And what's our T10 on right now? Oh, well, our T10 is actually doing pretty well. So maybe we've got a chance, but it's not looking good. The base is getting captured, so I'm feeling like, okay, well, I'm going to load up my premium rounds and just go in and try and get into the enemy base. I wasn't looking at the enemy team lineup. I just saw the WZ there, and so I was thinking it's probably a WZ 111 1-4 or 1-5. Of course, it can't be the 1-5, but this is not my logical thinking when I'm playing World of Tanks. I don't think logically. So I'm like, okay, it's probably a WZ 111 1-4 with a 130mm gun, and it's going to absolutely wreck me if it hits me. So I'm going to load up premium rounds and get to it. Spoiler, it's a you know, pretty thinly armored from the sides and rear anyway tank destroyer. But I wasn't thinking that because I'm not intelligent. So I'm just going to go and I'm pretty much going to wreck them. There's 2 tanks, I think, in there. Well, I know there's 3 tanks in there now. So I'm going to aim for that WZ-121 FT, that tier 8 tank destroyer. I wreck him, but now I'm potentially going to get wrecked. So I run away. I do not want to get challenged by that Batchat 12T. Doesn't look like he's going to challenge me, though, because we have the AMX CDA coming in to help me. Kudos to this guy as well. Like, thanks man. Like, he knows what he's doing, and throughout the game he actually does pretty well, so thank you for that. Now I'm reloading, and I'm about to be fully reloaded again, so I'm going to go and wreck this ISU 152. I could have loaded AP rounds here, but I wasn't thinking, and I really should have been thinking, because that would have helped me a bit later on in the game. Set him on fire, which is very lovely indeed, and the CDA comes in. Well, he wrecks the shot. I don't know why he does this, but he rams the tank. And, whatever. Now look at the scores. It's 3 to 6. Again, really bad at everything. 3 to 6. And they have some pretty dangerous tanks on their team. They got a T-49, which hasn't been spotted yet. So it's probably AFK, and that was my thought process, believe it or not, at this point. I go up here to try and camp bush. My team's telling me to go cap, so I'm like, alright, I'm going to succumb, I'm going to go cap, and let's see if I can, you know, cap out within a minute. But that WZ-111 is actually a pretty fast tank. It's actually a very fast tank. So, I got a minute left here, and I'm just like, you know what, that's not going to be good enough. He's going to come out, they're all going to wreck us. I'm not really keen on getting destroyed, so I'm going to go kill him. Which I do. Do I? I think I do. I do pretty well anyway. So, WZ-111, it has been spotted. He's on full health, so it's not looking very good. But he's going into a pretty heavy guns in there right now. He's going up against a Scorpion G and an AMX CDA 105. So I'm getting all my shots off at him. I can't believe that one went through. I'm genuinely amazed, because this tank is really quite awful with its gun. But it looks like we're going to be okay. And we are okay. So now I'm running away, and it looks like there's a lot of full health heavy tanks. So I don't know why the western flank didn't do much about that. Looks like that Batchat just absolutely wrecked our Scorpion G. I didn't even realize at the time, but that's exactly what happened. So I'm leaving that AMX CDA on his own. I'm like, oh, should I? And I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should, because I can wreck this IS-3. The IS-3 has 577 hit points left. If I can get 3 penetrating shots, then I'm almost certain, if RNGesus blesses me, I'm almost certain to be able to destroy him. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't take the shots, because I don't want to shoot into his sides, because it's an IS-3, and an IS-3 is very dangerous with its side. It's got that Russian bias side armor, and I don't want to get my shots lost. I'm leaving that AMX CDA. I think it's for the best, and you'll see why later. It's just because I want to kill this Moisian if I can. And this is where I should have had more premium rounds. But I mean, I can't just always carry a premium rounds. I want this to be, you know, a marginally good premium tank. So that Moisian, obviously the advantage I have over the Moisian is A size, I'm bloody tiny, and also he's very slow. I'm very fast. So it's really a hare and the tortoise situation here, but it's going to turn into David and Goliath soon. So I'm going back over to help my teammate now, that VK4502A. I think he's leaving my CDA to be killed by the artillery, which I think is wrong and rotten. Looks like I've gotten 2 critical hits, so I've taken out some things of his. In fact, probably 3 things. The CDA comes up and takes a shot. I'm actually really liking this CDA guy. He's doing a lot of good shit for my team, you know. Oh, there goes my demon. Oh, I can't get demonetized anymore. I can't get demonetized anymore, guys, by the way. It's not possible because my channel's too small. Even though they owe me like $80 or so, you know, that's alright. That's alright. I didn't want $80 anyway. It's like, you know, it's like 2 premium tanks. I didn't want it. So I get a shot off at that VK4502A, and I don't know how I got that shot, but I did. And I'm just going to go wreck him. I don't care if he does get a shot into me, because he's not going to be able to do much damage to me. So, I have made this really, this game is my bitch now. I've got that Moisian, right? And I can be scared of that Moisian, but I've also got an artillery, which I'm not scared of because, you know, an artillery's like biggest enemy is a light tank, because we just go over there and absolutely riggedy wreck them. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go find that T49 and try and get some points off. Now I was considering going back to the base, and I'm like, nah, let's go kill that T49 and let's get some experience. As I said at the beginning of this video, guys, I wanted to get 7,000 combined damage with assistance and also you know, like of my own damage. And so this is like a perfect situation for me, because that means that I might get close, might even get that 7,000 damage finally, which has been absolutely wrecking me. And it's so good that this T49 is AFK, because if he wasn't AFK, I'm not saying it's good for the game and like he's a dickhead because he made his team lose, but it's good for me. It's great for me, because now that means that I can hopefully rack up my damage. Now, if you're wondering why I'm driving away, it's because I don't want that artillery to come and focus fire in on me. If I'm just hanging around him, it'll be much easier for the artillery to destroy me, and I don't want that. So I'm going to make it as hard as I can for that artillery to hit me, because I really don't want him to. And if you're wondering why I'm getting so close, it just comes down to how crap this tank is. It's just really quite crap. The reason I said cap is because the guy in the comments said cap. So I almost killed him. If I had a few more higher rolls, I would have been able to kill him, but that's alright. Done 4,910 damage. I'm getting really giddy. Very, very giddy indeed. Because I might actually be able to get that 7,000 damage, finally. It's been killing me. And again, I'm going to go back. I feel like I have enough time. People are telling me to cap, and I'm like, what's the point? You know, I've got time. I'm in a light tank. It's very fast. You know, it takes like 3 minutes to cap. It'll be right. So I go back, and then finally I have a look at the thing, and I'm like, oh shit, there are 2 tanks capping right now, which means that both of the tanks are going to be in there. I've got a Moisian to try and deal with. This thing won't be able to penetrate a Moisian. It would struggle from the rear to cap. I get hit by the artillery, but I'm like, F it, I need to be able to go as fast as I can, and I just fix the crew up as quickly as possible. I'm reloading as well, so I want to get that full reload in so I can kill at least the artillery and reset the cab that way, and then I'll be fine. There's only a minute left on the clock, so if I can kill that artillery, then I'll be absolutely fine. Good thing about this tank is that it is very fast. It's got a pretty slow power to weight ratio, but it's very, very fast in a straight line. I'm going 70 kilometers per hour here. The reason I'm not going from the side is because that's where I think they'll be expecting me from. I think at this point I'm spotted, but I actually don't think I'm spotted because he looks around to the side. But here's artillery aiming where I thought they would be aiming. I need to get one more shot off and I'll be right. And I can't believe that I actually got a shot off into the back of that Moisian. So things are looking good. I've got 30 seconds left on my reload, which is about pretty much my entire reload, but I might actually be able to win this game. All I've got to do is take down 2 very low health tanks. And so I turn around here because I know it's very sneaky. I know it's very sneaky, and I need to get into that cap circle as quickly as I can. And I think they're going to be expecting me from a different way. I'm almost reloaded. I see the Moisten. I should have taken a shot here. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. And the game's over. The game is over. Absolute heartbreak. I could have won. I could have won, and I didn't. And I want to kick myself for it so hard. But anyway, let's have a look at the post-game stats and see exactly how well, or how annoyingly well, I did in this game. So I'm still so pissed off about this. Like, to the nth degree, I'm pissed off. Same battle replays. What are they talking about? Anyway, I got a mastery badge, ace tanker, a bruiser medal, a fighter medal, a fire for effect medal, a defender medal, and a high caliber medal. I got a high caliber medal in an ELC Even 90. What? How's that even possible? No pun intended. Team score. I did the best, and not even like by that much, to be honest. Like that AMX Canon de Assault, that Revignan, whatever his name is, he did well. He did very well. So kudos to him. Without him, I wouldn't have even come close to the result I did. Speaking of, I fired 37 shells, of which 37 hit, which is amazing, and 28 penetrated, which is pretty standard. I did 5,624 damage. Is that even possible? Like how? How did I do that? I'm not skilled. I don't know how I did that. And then I did 1,185 assistance damage. Guys, do you know how close that is to 7,000? Let me tell you. It's 6,809. I needed just under 200 hit points of damage, or one more penetrating shot, doing the standard amount of damage, to have been able to get that light tank mission number 15, and I didn't get it. I honestly, I just wanted to punch myself in the face so hard. I made a huge profit, 109,266, even though I fired so much premium shells. Well, actually not so much. I fired 9 premium shells. Still 109,266 profit, which is actually very decent. I made base experience of 1,130, and it would have been so much more if I had just taken a few more shots at that Moisten. I wasn't looking at the clock. So that's really frustrating. But anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did enjoy this video, you know what to do. Dislike this video, unsubscribe, and please don't leave a comment. And yeah, twist my nipples.